Hello, everybody. It's me, Megafire, and this is Chax Break. I think. I walked into the right room. Yes, I am one of the co-hosts of this podcast, and with me is my very faithful friend and enemy,
Me, Darko for you, the second co-host?
Wait, you mean
you.
I'm not? You mean I'm not your best friend nor enemy? That's okay.
Yes, but you're
How
not my
unfortunate.
co-host. You're just my guest because your name is Mandu550.
Around this 50 and more artists. I don't know.
Also with us
Shoot.
is Mephiles. If you remember him from the Halloween episode, he was the spooky one. There you go. Trademark laugh. So today, after 2 weeks or so of inactivity, because we were trying to get activity on our channels, keyword trying because I'm a fucking twat and I haven't done nothing. Dorko, however, you should check him out. He's got a bunch of stuff on his channel at YouTube/Dorko for you, I think. All right.
However YouTubers work.
Yeah, anyway, today we're going to be talking about Super Mario 3D World. I think that's the title, or is it New Super Mario World 3D title World Land 500 Grand Prix DX.
I think the latter was more accurate. Yeah, wait.
Anyway, the new Wii U Mario game, I've not played it. I have been exposed to only ads and 4chan and whatnot about it. Dorko also in the same boat. Mandu and Mephiles have actually played the game.
Yes, this is correct.
Indeed.
What do you think, Dorko? Should we let him tell us about it?
No, get off the podcast!
Alright,
Okay.
let's kick him from the
sad.
call. Or from the room.
Well, can you probably talk about the game?
I guess. Alright. Well, yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about it? Mephiles, go ahead, why don't you begin?
Well, playing Mario games is something we all enjoy in our childhood, when we used to be kids. Remember those days when playing Super Mario All-Star on your Super NES when you first...
No! I started with 64.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I
Well.
had 64 kids.
Like if you're an N64 kid, favorite if you're not. Subscribe either way.
Anyway, during my childhood times, I always enjoyed playing Super Mario All-Star and Super Mario World. It's been a good time playing Mario games as the years went by. But the new Super Mario Brothers games have like identity crisis, and I just don't know if they're trying to be like faithful to the 2D Mario games. I just don't know what they're trying to go for. It's just not as memorable or not, and way too cliche as hell. But that may have changed because Super Mario 3D World just came around and blew me away because it's actually a more faithful sequel than its predecessor for the 3DS, Super Mario 3D Land.
No, it literally just blew up in your face.
Anyway, Super Mario 3D Land was an alright game for the 3DS, and yes, it was the game that saved the system from being a failure. But the game has a lot of flaws, from its too easy difficulty and pretty repetitive level design. 3D World addressed these completely by making the levels far more challenging and memorable to the previous Mario games that we grew up with in the past. And to say the least, it was definitely a much better Mario game I played for this system. But it's definitely not much better to say like Super Mario 64 and Galaxy 2, in my opinion. But it's getting close. It's on the right track, and I definitely think if Nintendo continues making more unique Mario games for the future of gaming, I think the Mario series will end up being another major hit for the platformer genre.
I can.
My English.
Wait.
My English is not on my side today.
Wait,
Indeed, on my side.
Okay. I was just gonna ask real
Um,
quick, but did you say that you like Super Mario 64 better?
I like it better for what it is.
Huh. I mean, it's a fun game. It's just the actual levels are kind of weak when you want platforming, with some exceptions. I don't know. Whatever.
The thing
Opinions.
was, what I like, the thing I could tell you is Super Mario 64. What does it better? It's because of nostalgia. And the fact is, the levels are pretty memorable.
But Mario was
still
pretty
remember it.
fast. Anyway, Mandu, I think you can go on.
I've been terrorizing these past few months actually that they were trying to adapt concepts from the 2D Mario games into 3D Mario games, and they only had here the technology to do it. Super Mario 3D World is like I'm sorry, I don't know what to say right now, but 3D Land was a very good, was a nice experiment, but it wasn't nice enough to live up to Mario's standards of Galaxy and Galaxy 2, for example. But Super Mario 3D World takes Super Mario 3D Land and puts it on that level almost. Just it's definitely not as grand in in this grand scheme of thing. It's not as grand as Super Mario Galaxy or Galaxy 2 or even Super Mario 64. But the game is still really, really fun. It has memorable levels. The difficulty curve is actually there for once in the past Mario games. Well, in the recent Mario games. So that's fun.
Well, okay, I have a question. You guys keep saying there's memorable levels. Can you give us maybe one of the earlier level examples and why you think they're memorable? So it's not too much of a spoiler, but something maybe most people have seen already, through trailers or something, and give us an example from that. What you think is memorable. I guess Mandy, you should start off since I gave Mephiles the mic last time.
Well, every level has not doesn't necessarily have a gimmick, but they have a theme. Okay, to help the matter, I'm gonna start off with this. To help the matter, the levels are actually named this time around. They actually have names, like they did in Yoshi's Island. They have titles, so that's cool. There's one level in World 2. There was a canyon with ostrich birds that would pound the ground with their heads. And then there was this one where, especially the Shadow one. Shadow Play Alley is a level in World 2 where the gimmick of the theme of the level is really there's a shadow on the wall behind you, and at the later point of the level you actually become the shadow of the wall, and it's pretty neat. It's not something you see anywhere else in the game, unfortunately, but I wish they did more with that, but
Don't you think maybe that's a good thing, that it's a one-off type thing for the level specifically to make it unique?
Well, of course. I wouldn't have enjoyed seeing it all over the place, I'm pretty sure. So it does make the level memorable and unique.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the level that introduces the double cherry power-up. And it's a pretty cool level actually, because it is really built around using the double cherry, even though it's really short.
What is the double cherry? Can you maybe explain?
The double cherry is a power-up that creates a clone of your character, and the clone, you can't actually tell which one you're controlling, because in reality you're controlling all of them, and if one of them gets hit, it's the one who disappears first. So you don't actually get lose your power up per se until all the clones are gone. Yeah.
I think I get it. It's kind of
You're controlling an army of Marios, basically. That
Yeah.
do the exact same things at the same time.
I'm just trying to. Sorry. It reminds me of the kind of power up from Super Paper Mario Brothers, the one where you get mini 8-bit Marios.
Oh yeah, the Pal Pills.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of that. By your
Have you ever played enough Plumbers?
Oh hi, we also have Papero. He snuck in. We don't know how he got in. But
Back door.
yeah, just shit. We gotta keep that thing locked. Excuse my cough and shit. I'm cool. I have a little.
Oh yeah, but like speaking of actually technology being able to support that style of game now, the Wii U is definitely capable of doing this. Like you can have like 20 playable characters on screen at once with the double cherry power up involved. With some enemies
GameCube was able to do
moving
128. They're moving down.
That power up does look really fun.
And the other good thing is the cat power up, which is like Cat Mario, like the Super Bell, basically. And Cat Mario, what he does is it's almost to a level of the cape, but not quite, because you obviously can't fly while being a cat. That would be ridiculous. But you can climb up walls, like single walls, instead of wall jumping. Well, you can actually still wall jump too, so that's one thing. But climbing up walls allows you to find like great shortcuts, and then there's the diving attack, which makes you move diving downwards at a fast angle for the time you're moving down, basically. And you can also climb the flagpole, which makes the shore of getting all the golden flagpoles a little bit easier.
Is that still a thing of where you have to get to the top of the flagpole in every single level?
If you want the spoiler alert final stage, yes you do.
Oh well, that's great.
Not really. Doesn't
But
it basically
these
just
are
condense
fun,
down to have Cat Mario at the end of every flagpole?
No, because you can actually have the golden flagpole without Cat Mario usually anyways, so...
But that's a really easy go-to way, just have Cat Mario at the end of every level.
Yes, the crutch.
Yes,
Exactly.
except you're not guaranteed to always have Cat Mario, because some levels are actually difficult enough that you'll get hit before you can actually reach the end of the level, so... And not every level has the Cat Mario power-up either.
So bring it from another level.
Of course.
I did cheese a lot of top of flagpoles in 3D Land with the Tanuki suit, so same thing, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. But the levels are fun enough that if you replay the levels just to get like green stars you missed, or stamps you missed, or golden flagpoles you missed, it's not such a big chore. At least not yet.
Well, judging by like not the advertisement, the trailers they gave the game, it already seemed a lot more like they put a lot more effort to it, in just even bringing it to light. So I'm kind of happy about that. They gave us pretty good previews of the game just through like first party, third party trailers, and like.
When was the moment for you when you realized that, hey, this game is going to be actually pretty awesome, unlike all the other games so far?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
or
Anyone, when was that moment when, like, whether you were playing it or you saw a video of it, it's like, when was that moment?
When Bowser got a car.
Oh, yeah, the amusement park thing was nice.
The October trailer.
Yeah. Which one was the October trailer?
is when it was like
Oh, the amusement
the
park?
one with the jazz bus music.
The amusement park. It's King Koopa's Coney Island Disco Palace. I think like hundreds of people have made that joke.
You just need a pair of new treads.
It works, so it's okay.
Although, I'm wondering if the final boss is spoilers, Giant Bowser!
Actually, it's not.
It's actually dry Bowser Bones.
giant dry Bowser.
Yeah.
Giant dry
Actually-
Bowser. Giant dry Bowser wearing a cat suit.
Like
Actually,
at
giant,
the
he just smashes the car.
Dude, what if he actually has a Tanuki suit on also?
I really don't want to spoil the final boss because it's actually the thought
No, no,
process
no, 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 no,
behind
no.
it. It's really awesome.
Giant
But-
cat Bowser.
You're really
I
big.
don't want
You know, let's go with the whole new power up.
He spits hairballs at you.
flaming hairballs.
He rides a Catmobile. Or the cat bus. We'll go with that.
Bowser's cat bus,
It's a service.
but a service.
Service.
But
Ooh.
yeah.
A death service.
But yeah, like in 3D, like I was actually going to spoil some of the post game, so I'm just gonna refrain now. But
Yeah, don't do that.
but rest assured that there is actually like one super challenging level at the end, like in Galaxy 2 and 3D Land.
Anyway, so I guess Mephiles, we can hear from you now.
Okay.
So let me just repeat the questions in case. So you guys keep talking about memorable parts in the game, memorable levels. Can you give us examples early on when this is evident, when you realize that well, when you look back at it now and you say, yes, this was worth it. I'll remember this. So any moments like that, can you point it out to us?
Well, Mander actually explained it pretty well. But to say the least, the most memorable level was indeed that shadow level from World 2, which is probably the best part of the whole game, and especially the opening of the game, which sets you like in a happy mood when you're about to get ready for another epic Mario game. But just to avoid spoilers, I just gonna say there are other pretty good levels out there that I just don't want to like say too much.
Dang it, there's good levels. Why'd you ruin it for me?
Well, I guess just point out like general levels.
Well, y'all seen the Mario Kart one, right?
Yeah.
Which is- and that's in the game, and it's well worth executed.
Is it really? I was kind of worried that it would be just a little stupid and gimmicky.
It ends up being the best stage.
It works.
Obviously,
so well.
Waluigi's going to be in
It's
the
fast
next game.
paced, it's fun, and I definitely recommend it if you're gonna play it with your friends, because it will be chaotic fun.
Are there any Koopas in little go-karts?
Huh?
Are there any Koopas
Are
in
there
little
any blue
go-karts?
Koopas?
Nope.
That missed opportunity.
Little Koopas and go karts. Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
And
Really,
Rainbow
the level-
Roads.
Really,
Waluigi
the level is
pinballs.
based. Oh, sorry.
Are there any Rainbow Roads or Waluigi pinballs?
Nope. There's only one.
So there's only one
Another
race.
game.
Yep. In the whole game.
Well, they didn't
They
want
had-
to expand that gimmick much.
They had a lot of ideas, basically, and they're all over the game. So,
Did they ever repeat gimmicks for levels?
Not much.
Not much.
They try to use that that touch gimmick, but there's not a lot.
Yeah,
Did you
there's
say
like
it fully utilizes
maybe-
the Wii U controls?
Yeah.
there's
But
like
there's
one
certain
level
levels-
that. Oh yeah, sorry.
There's only one level. Actually, there are some levels that you're forced to switch your controller from your Wii U Pro controller to your Wii U tablet, where if you're like going to go play that Japanese stage or that interesting block puzzle stage.
Japanese stage?
Yes, there is a Japanese theme stage in the game.
Ah!
It's like a Japanese old style Japanese castle.
hmm
So is it a bit mystical ninja-y?
Let's not get too ahead of
Close.
ourselves.
Okay, fine. Whatever.
The only place where they repeat themes or gimmicks of levels is in the post game. Like they kind of revisit some of the old things that they
all the
did.
trend of being really easy for the main game, and then post game it's like, okay, the gloves are off.
Yep.
Well, I would say that the main game does have some difficulty in the later worlds, but not too much. The post game is really where it's at in terms of difficulty, though.
It seems to be what a lot of Mario games suffer with. Well, I won't say suffer, because sometimes it works. What I noticed in 3D Land and shit were that the games weren't fluid enough to seem, what's the word? Not difficult. Like, they didn't stop you enough from just steamrolling through the game. Like, I spent quite a bit of time through Galaxy and Galaxy 2 before I got to the end. 3D Land, I beat it in like a matter of a couple of days. I don't even know what the hell happened. It just was not difficult. Like,
that might be part of their different design philosophy when it comes to making a game for the handheld, where it's like, I don't know, something like pick up and play, just beat an easy level, and then stop playing, and the next time you're on the go, you beat another easy level, like, oh, what a fun game. And here I am, just blasting through the whole thing, and I'm just like, this is really boring.
Actually, when I did my second run through 3D Land's first 8 worlds with the Tanuki suit, I never lost that Tanuki suit ever to get like the star coins in the gold flagpoles.
There are rare moments when you actually run into an opportunity to loot. I call it an opportunity. A moment where you loot.
A risk.
A risk, yeah. But like, just giving you just that thought, I called it an opportunity. I didn't even mean to, but like, that's what it is. You don't really have much threat level going through. Like, you don't fill the game up with fucking spikes, Sonic 3, but you just don't give it such an easy open field where you got nothing but barely even platforms to fall off of. The most challenging level in the game was one of the snow levels where you had to hang through like on poles or something. I don't remember what it was.
All the tight ropes.
Yeah, that was literally the hardest level in the game. It was because like you actually could
depth
fall
perception.
Yeah, depth perception and just general like danger.
Dang it! If only I was using the 3D.
I actually had some trouble with some of the Cosmic Mario levels in 3D Land.
Yeah.
Cosmic clones, I mean.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say I don't even remember space levels in that game. Like, man, dude, what are you talking about?
Especially the giant cosmic clone. That one gave me such a pain.
I remember dying a few times. Then again, those are memories.
Well, I mean, compared to every other level in the game.
True enough, dying a few times does make it a lot better than... Well, not better, but a huge difference from all the strolls in the parks.
Those will be...
Is anyone here ever going to replay Galaxy or Galaxy 2?
I was actually thinking of doing that recently, but like, I realized that my Wii's kind of not working at the moment.
Which one do you prefer? 1 or 2?
2. 2 is like Galaxy, but
remastered.
Yeah, remastered Galaxy. I mean, like, honestly, okay. Here's my like classification of Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Mario Galaxy 1 is better as a game because it's actually something that was brought in new to the table. Mario Galaxy 2 is worse because it's literally Mario. It's the same game, but like, that doesn't make it a bad game. It just makes it a worse concept. Like, it's like, here, we made the game that you liked again. Oh, thanks Nintendo for literally giving us the same game.
They just remastered their technique.
It's kind of awkward. It's kind of awkward to classify that because, like, I thought the same thing, or I guess I still do. Where it's like it's kind of disappointing, like the talk of like don't want to have too much story in Mario and blah de blah blah. But at the same time, I just I can't compare levels or anything, but. Just Galaxy 2 was just more fun to play. It's like, it's an improvement, but I'm not... all the mixed feelings. It's like, what do I think of this? But
The levels were also better. It was because they had more time to optimize the game itself.
Yeah. Even if it's maybe a little lacking, like it's a sequel. It's
the difference between like the original reception of the first and just the improvements and sort of remastering the second game did.
Yeah.
Like using ideas they didn't want to use in the first game, and executing things in a more masterful way, I guess.
Yeah,
but it's still boring. It's still the same game as the first game, though. But pretty much is.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a mix.
It's more I like more of the same when it's done good. So.
Fair enough.
And
yes.
It's the same case with Mario 3D World, because Mario 3D Land is the same thing as Mario 3D Land, except done a lot better.
Did you enjoy 3D Land a lot?
I used to, but then, like 2 days later, I was like, yeah, I think I overemphasized my reaction because it's not that great.
I think in this
Mario
sense,
3D World, though, I'm playing it.
There, it feels more like 3D Land was like an awkward early demo or something, and then 3D World is like, here's the finished product.
Oh, there you go.
Sort of like I can't go back to 3D Land now I'm in 3D World.
Wait, what?
More like I couldn't go to 3D Land in the beginning, so now 3D World is here to save me from this abomination.
Like if you were to play 3D Land again, it's like, oh, I can't stand this. This isn't anything like 3D World at all.
Yeah.
To me, it was like, oh, now that I played Super Mario Galaxy, playing 3D Land is like shit.
It was.
That's kind of what I mean.
It was weird.
I know.
It was weird going from playing so much Super Mario 64 and going into 3D Land. I was like, all of Mario's wonderful different moves have been stripped away. Everything's wrong.
That feeling when they'll never bring back Mario's ha-ha-hee-hoo punch kicks.
Or his breakdancing. Or his
breakdancing.
Or his
all the useless moves in Mario 64, yet they were nice. Such nice little touches.
Yes.
They literally are useless, though. I don't think I've ever used the breakdance move or like more than just a single punch.
Hey, it's a wonderful thing to use when you're just sitting on like an auto-scroll thing. Like those stupid things in 3D Land where the green platforms with the arrows. I would breakdance all the time if I could.
I would breakdance the shit out of those platforms.
Wahoo! Yahoo!
I guess you can still breakdance with the Tanuki suit, but...
Oh, I guess, yeah, that's exactly what I did. Oh, you mentioned it.
I guess so. I never thought of it that way, but yeah.
And one thing I like about 3D Land and 3D World is that they don't waste your time between levels with like cutscenes that tell you, oh, you got a star. Oh, we're counting up your score. It's pretty quick between levels, so you can play the next one right away.
I guess so. Some people.
That's one thing I'll say about the new Zelda. They definitely got that right, in that there's like no super 5-minute exposition. It's like, oh, Link, you saved me. Ganon is doing all this. He did this 500,000 years ago when we sealed him back. He's like, no, you saved me. Good job. Go away.
Yeah, go away. I don't want to see you anymore.
Superior 2D Zelda, showing how good it is.
Like, it is very cutscene minimal. Like, I would say, like, maybe so far I've run into maybe, like, 2 minutes tops. And I'm, like, I'm in the Dark World already, and I've got a couple dungeons cleared, but... Like, every time you
I didn't know there was a Dark World.
It's a sequel to Link to the Past. What do you want?
I know, I was just joking.
There's a game called Link to the Past?
What the hell is a Link to the Past?
What is the
Is
Link?
that the one where you play as Zelda?
I bet you were born in, like, 2007. Little 6-year-old.
Like
back in my day, our Zeldas didn't have lock-on.
Like if you're a 2000s kid, subscribe if you're a 2000s kid, favorite if you're a 2000s kid, and if not, do the same thing. Well,
Zelda, pretty good if you enjoy just gameplay and not the story.
this sure turned into something.
This wasn't on the
What are we
schedule.
talking about now?
I wanted to bring that up since we were talking about the whole, like, there's no bullshit exposition and all that.
I like
Yes,
bull-
but
Good job.
who are we talking about
We're
here?
talking about Zelda, of course. You know, that guy with the
with
sword.
Big Fire. Who are we talking about?
Oh shit, well, of course we're talking about Doctor Who.
Oh shit!
Me and Dorko went on a
Doctor
glorious
what now?
journey. Talking trash cans, man.
That's cool.
Me and Dorko went on a binge through the Doctor Who series, the new one, 2005 plus. To all you Whovians out there who like to class, just kidding, you're all fucking twats. You know, none of you guys watch the classic series. Don't even call yourself Whovians. I don't even call myself a Whovian. I haven't watched the classic yet either. No, like we were watching because Dorko was like, "Hey," no, I was just like, "Hey, Dorko, you want to watch Doctor Who some more?" It was like, "Sure," or something like that. I don't remember. We watched the first season, and it was like, wow, this is crappy. Because yes, it is crappy. It's like fucking underfunded. It's shitty. It's just overall quality is worse than anything. But it's not horrible. I mean, there was some good like plot. It's just that the visually it was like lacking.
I
An
liked.
educational show originally.
I'm sorry, what?
Wasn't it meant to be like an educational show at the very beginning?
They
Like, they're
they
supposed
never
to
did
teach
that.
people about history and all that.
They
Like
never.
in the very first season.
I don't think.
Don't.
I don't think they ever did that. But that was the first idea. I mean, I could be mistaken, but yeah.
It was supposed to build off of things from the old series. They just decided, I was talking with a friend at work. He was actually making some really valid points. I was just like, why didn't they do this or that or this or do these callbacks? And it was like, it would make sense. And he was like, okay, who's gonna actually watch this? People who watched the old 90s cartoon, or not the 90s, 1900s cartoons, or the people who are watching you know what I mean, or the people who are watching like day to day, like they just turn on the TV to expect Doctor Who, and of course the the majority would be the people who just kind of watch the show for the show. They're not going to be the hardcore. I don't want to say hardcore fans. The people that actually know what happened. The people who follow the classic series. They're going to be the people that turn on the TV, whatever night they play Doctor Who on and just watch. So they don't want too much like exposition and callbacks to the old series. They'll put in cameos and crap and little subtle stuff because it's okay. People will get it, people will not. It won't impact too much. But you're never going to get a full blown here's these characters from the Fourth Doctor's story because nobody knows what the fuck the Fourth Doctor is. It's the sad truth. It'll be a thing that always happens. And just so people who are like actual fans of the show from like all the way back from the classics will get that feeling when they start watching. But I guess for itself, like as a independent show, it's a lot. It's really good. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
There have been crossovers between different Doctors.
Yes, the newest series has that happen. Actually, not the series, the newest special episode. It's actually kind of cool. Not gonna lie, it's a little awkward because that's how all the crossovers have been. Back in the old series, they had crossovers between Doctors, like the first 5 Doctors doing a crossover, and that was awkward. It's always awkward. It's just they don't know how to successfully put together the Doctors in one universe logically without making some stupid bullshit
Alternate universe.
yeah, some stupid explanation. But they did it well enough. I mean, I'm I'm content. A lot of fans are content, but there were a lot of things that I was like, they could improve this, but like again, who's gonna be watching it? The people that turn on BBC One every weekend or whatever the hell they played on BBC One, because I watch it through Netflix, so I don't follow it channel wise. They don't make callbacks to the people who actually go in depth like me. I don't watch the old series, but I did dabble through the wiki well enough to know lots of connections and shit. So yeah,
if you want to enjoy our show, you have to know the full lore.
No,
also, watch this issue.
No, but see that's
like comic books nowadays.
Yeah, that's what they avoided. That's what they're avoiding.
That's what comic books are trying to avoid. New 52.
Yeah. What
also,
Sonic?
Tune into this issue, 152, where he fought this dude and lost and died, but then came back.
But then came back to life. Oh.
Again.
But yeah, there you go. Sorry, that was a really long and drawn-out explanation of Doctor Who.
So enough about the history of Doctor Who. Let's talk about the lore of Doctor Who.
Well, I kind of want to hear Dorko's expression on Doctor Who, because he was the main reason I went back through the whole series to watch.
It's kind of funny. It was like the first time I really saw something Doctor Who related was like, I don't even know how many years ago, like over 5 years ago, when I saw like one of this one guy's flashes, and he just threw, I don't even remember why or what the cartoon is the Flash was about. It threw in Daleks in there. I was like, what the heck are those things? Those look interesting. Oh well. I slowly got more Doctor Who exposure due to crossovers. And we started using Tumblr. Started using Tumblr, seeing lots of Doctor Who gifs, and then finally seeing Tumblr posts and gifs about the 50th anniversary, and also the build up to the anniversary. I was like, I'm getting curious and interested. I'm seeing like a picture of all the Doctors together. I'm like, I think I'm interested enough now. I wanna know more about the show. I wanna get into it, and so I have.
Don't forget that we watched a couple episodes, me, you, Papero, and a couple others from chat.
Yeah.
Before
I don't think that's when you really got into it, was it?
Wait, what?
No. It was, you guys watched it, and there was like a long period of time when, well, you made fun of it plenty of times, but like there wasn't really anything serious about watching Doctor Who except for me.
Something every time I watch, it's just I just can't get into how wacky it is. Really, it's just kind of silly.
You should do the same thing with Doctor Who. Just keep watching. Maybe you'll reach a point when you'll realize it's not as wacky. I don't know. It's pretty fucking wacky. But
some episodes are pulled off better than others.
Just also, the special effects budget doesn't help.
Yes.
That's only season 1 and part of season 2.
Well, you'll have to leave Papero to judge that. And even good effects can't stop the silliness. Okay. Yes.
And I just feel like Daleks exemplifies what I think of the show.
Exterminate.
Just when it comes to special effects and design, like this is a show back from the '60s where they didn't have as much in the special effects budget as they do now, so they had to compensate for whatever they could. So that led to trash can thing.
Trash can thing. It actually
with a
Daleks,
plunger and what is it, like an extension cord?
Actually, a lot of the main enemies from the 2005 Doctor Who are like really minor of sorts in the old series. Like Daleks were a pretty big threat, but they weren't like major in the sense of, look, oh, it's the Daleks, must be the Daleks. Oh, the Daleks are up to... No, it wasn't like that. It was just like every once in a while. And same with the Cybermen. They just decided, what do fans remember the most? Or what is something that we can revive? Oh, what do we have the rights to? What do we have the copyrights to? That's literally what the process was.
They use copyrighted monsters.
No, they used ones that weren't like they had the people who were alive who designed them, and they were like, sure, you can use them, or no, you can't, which is why they didn't have all the enemies brought back. Which is why these ones were so pinpointed, because the guy, like, they gave him a bunch of money, and they're like, yeah, sure, you can use it. Dorko, go on, I'm sorry.
I forgot where something I intended to... No, when I started talking about the Flash thing, I forgot, like, I was trying to go say that was like my first impression of Dalek like years ago was like, that's a really weird, bizarre design. I have no idea what that is. And yeah, it was silly. And now when I see it in like a trailer kind of thing, like the Daleks are back, and I'm actually getting like excited. So there's a difference. I'm more invested. I care about what happens. I want to see more.
My friend is making a Dropbox for all of the Doctor Who audiobooks and comics and
oh boy,
old series stuff that he has, and he's like that. Remember I was telling you about that collector who has like a lot of shit. Like, he's actually really knowledgeable about Doctor Who because he's followed it since the beginning. He's got everything. Like, he has collections that might be worth a lot of money in the future. He's putting up a Dropbox for me. I'll link it eventually when he's finished. But like, it seems like you have enough time and willpower to go through that stuff if you're interested. Because a lot of the audiobooks actually have the audiobooks continue on from after the series ends. So like for the old series, they have like old doctors still voicing and doing audiobooks. Yeah, they have Tennant doing some of them too, like 10th Doctor stuff. It's a lot easier to record. It's affordable because all you need is their voice. Nobody has to get dressed. That's it. It's all. It's just reading out loud. Yeah, there's that. I want to kind of ask you, Papero, why would you be interested in watching through some more of it?
I'll watch it. I just don't think it's something I have yet to really have an interest of my own so far. Like, all this talk about it gets better, like all the seasons. Like, I'm interested, but at the same time, I just don't feel like I can bring myself to watch the rest of the series as we are right now. Like, we watched, like, what was it, the 9th Doctor or something?
Yeah, that's
what we're watching right now. Like, those are okay, but just I didn't feel like there's anything interesting about them. Like,
if you think those are okay, then that's already a good sign, because the later stuff...
I mean, I said they're okay, I just kind of found them either really silly or just kind of boring. Like, there was the sci-fi one I saw. The first one didn't leave a good first impression.
Plastic men.
Mannequins attacking. Oh, no. Yeah, and it's being controlled by this thing in the ground.
The Plastic Man.
Let's go with that. But...
yeah,
I just yet to find that one episode or whatever where it's like, okay, this is getting interesting. Like, I actually want to invest in these characters. If anything, I do like the Doctor. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, he's a bit of a jerk, but he's right about a lot of things.
He's still my Doctor.
He's the only Doctor I know so far. Really.
The Doctor himself is really cool. I really like that Doctor. It's just a shame they didn't do that much with him.
It's because the actor himself was tired of doing it.
Didn't take him long.
What happened was, he felt like he was the experimental phase, and he feels like it wasn't the best it could have been, and so it was kind of like a black spot on this. I'm making it sound worse than it actually is.
Now, from what I've been told, seasons aren't like, they don't have a different Doctor each time, which is how long the actor wants to stay, apparently.
Yeah. Yes, it's exactly that. Tennant stayed for 3 seasons. He's the longest-running Doctor. He'll be the longest-running Doctor still, because Matt Smith leaves this winter, this Christmas. His
Many Doctor Who fans will be crying this Christmas.
No, I hate him. I don't really care for that.
Some will be rejoicing, some will be crying.
You just denied so many people because I hate him. Moon has warned me of this.
What did he warn you about?
Oh, actually, it wasn't a warning. He just mentioned that, like, finally there will be someone else when, in chat with Doctor Who arguments or whatever. Like, he mentioned how you prefer Tennant because you're gay. I mean, it's just your preference.
Oh my god!
The Doctor community, by the way.
Oh shitty! Oh no, the Tumblr community is horrible. By the way, don't get into the community.
No surprise there.
No, they're like all like posers and.
Look at all the posters! Hipster fire right here.
I am pretentious in saying this, but like I don't give a fuck because like, just oh my god, it's like the supernatural fandom.
Oh,
teenage girls.
That word in itself, the fandom, makes me cringe. I don't know how people can seriously do that. We're like, I'm in the blank fandom.
Well, okay. Let me rephrase my question. How bad are the really big fans? Like, how many of them are there?
They make stupid, fucking captioned photos and GIFs of things that don't make sense, romanticizing them, and making me want to punch them in the face for ruining a good show. I think that's
going to be that wherever we go, but
yeah, I know.
Considering how long the series has ran, makes me wonder if there's people who are like 60 years old and they're still like the biggest fans of it. Just it was unhealthy, and they've been doing this for like 40 years.
People who think that they know the old show when they don't. Those are probably the worst. Yeah. The ones that like try to make the whole world revolve around the new series, and it's kind of like, if you know the Doctor, he's not really romantic. Stop. unless he's in canon actually feeling these feelings. Stop.
Oh no, not the head cannons.
Unless you have some actual proof that this is what's going on. Stop.
But you don't understand. In this episode, he said the phrase, I'll go with you. And he said it in such a tone to where it's like he wants to be with them forever.
You don't understand. Me and Dorko were actually having a thing where I, like, freaked out because he said a phrase. And I was like, oh my god, that's totally what he said later on. I was just, like, having a moment of realization and just, like, spazzing out about it.
But they know the series better than you do.
No, they're dweebs.
Dweeb. That's Tumblr. That'd be Tumblr tagline.
Yeah, they might know the show better than me, but they're still dweebs.
Yeah, but the dweebs. Okay, yeah, that's. I'm sorry that like any person who I've offended, but I'm not sorry.
Good
Just
work,
honestly.
make it fire. Good work.
Thank you, Moon. I'm sorry to you because I know how much you like Mr. Smith. I feel actually I'm not sorry because you told me you didn't even watch 9 or 10, so fuck you for that. Get on it. Then you'll see why I love Tenet so much. I literally, he's my only gay crush in this world.
Oh, so his description was accurate after all.
I guess.
Yeah, I have a gay crush for him. He's really attractive, and
oh my god.
I love him. Okay,
Heard it here, folks.
you've heard it here. Fucking Dorko, scandalous.
Scandalous.
Is that a quote?
No, it's
Probably from something.
I don't know.
I
But
can't
like,
remember what.
yeah, that's all. I mean, Tennant's just a very good actor. From a theatrics point of view, in England, most of Europe, you have to be a thespian before you're a movie star of famous and good movie star. It's yeah, well recognized, actually good. You have to be actually good if you want to make it in Europe. Same with Russians. They have to go through theater before they go through movies. It's just it's part of an old European theater school. That's just how they taught how they did. Yeah, it's just their schooling like that. Which is why David Tennant is actually regarded as one of the best actors of our time, which I agree. I mean, he's played in so many Shakespeare roles. He had a wonderful King Richard. I didn't watch it all, but I watched part of the play. It was good. Me, who's got a passion for theater, just that in that sense, I fell in love with him. Okay, I might overblow the fact that I'm gay for it. I'm not really, but like, I feel like he's really inspirational to me. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. He's got a huge influence on me as an actor and as a consumer of a product. He's just that good. And that's all. That's all I got. That's what my Moon is wrong because Smith isn't that great. Smith does his job well. Smith does his job.
You're just gonna make this whole podcast about that, aren't you?
Okay, maybe.
Moon, you are stupid and wrong and ugly and you smell bad and your opinions are wrong and I hate you and I want you to die in your sleep and I just want you to know that everything you say I don't agree with and also your opinions on a TV show are wrong because this is the better doctor. Okay, go on.
No, I'm sorry if that's the way I made it out to be.
Well, it sounded really genuine.
I'm pretty passionate about it. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good show. I just want people to stop being stupid about it.
Never. I wish for the same thing with other things.
But I don't think it's a show I'm going to take as seriously as you.
I can understand that. I don't expect anybody.
Like, even if I were to get into the show and its lore and all, I just don't see myself passionately carrying it. And not just me as a person, really.
All I can tell you is try it out. Just try the show out.
I wouldn't have been so eager to just be like, it gets better. I guess I think it does get better, but it's definitely kind of hit and miss, which I guess it's naturally going to be because episodes are so different. Like this episode, it's future or outer space. This episode is in the past, like this guy, famous Darbinger.
Yeah, the reasoning for that is basically just trying to keep the thing fresh.
Yeah, of course, obviously.
Yeah. Different time eras, different environments, different social issues, different political issues, stuff they can touch on.
Well,
that's why I can sort of get why, like, originally it was supposed to, like, teach you stuff about history and all that. Like, I can see where it came from.
It's basically a bigger Magic School Bus.
That was okay, I guess.
That sounds really
But don't tell me there's a Doctor Who episode where they go inside someone's intestines or something.
Oh no.
What I remember from Magic School Bus is that it was more sciencey than history.
The last episode I saw was
Today
actually
we're
really
going
close
to
to
find
that.
out what makes Rice Krispies pop by becoming a Rice Krispie.
Today we're gonna make Rice Krispies.
Today we're going to explore the inside of a volcano without any protective gear. Please let this be a normal field trip. Today we're going to find out why ghosts exist.
Oh, Carlos.
I'd be down for some Magic School Bus just to see if it's as crazy as I remember.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Do I have to bring out that theater drawing of mine? And then chat went to watch Magic School Bus, the end. Not really, no. Dorko, I think you're kind of right. The whole future past thing that you were saying.
Yeah. Of course I'm right.
I want to say that I think there's I can see a grim future for the course of the show with this new trend catching on, with this new following catching on. Is it'll kind of take this turn that Supernatural did. I don't know if any of you guys watched Supernatural, but I did. I watched the first season. It was really good. It was really interesting. But again, for some reason, everyone always thinks it's a good idea to throw in romance and needless emotional shit to it, and it just kind of ruins the show, in my opinion. It's just my opinion, though, but I feel like that's the trend that Doctor Who will take.
I don't know about that. And I'm mostly thinking about this just because of who they chose to be the next Doctor. It looks less...
Oh yeah, Peter Capaldi.
It looks less teenager appealing, you know?
Yeah.
Except for more.
He looks... He was in an episode... Oh,
well,
you
well,
remember
basically they're going from a pretty boy to old man, so... There you go.
Yeah, sort of old man.
Sort of old...
Middle-aged man. He's,
You know, for the viewers from the original show.
Like going from Raiden to Old Snake.
You're right. Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started on the middle.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah. Peter Capaldi... the only thing I'm worried about him is his character. There hasn't really been anything on his character, like the personality he's going to establish. It's a good thing, but at the same time, it's something that you're just like, I gotta watch out for this. It might not be as good as I'm thinking right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's always a thing.
Yeah, it's always a thing.
Especially if if it's something like waiting for a new episode of something. Like if you read a plot synopsis, it's like I bet this will happen. And it's like you watch it and you're like, shit, this is terrible. Nothing like I expected.
Exactly. I'm pretty confident because he's also a really good actor, just in general. So, yeah, not really too worried. That's the word I want to use.
Also, as far as David Tennant, Matt Smith go, I haven't really seen that much because I actually just started watching a few episodes of the Matt Smith Doctor. Was it 11?
Yeah.
And I like David Tennant, but who knows which one I'll prefer. I was thinking I might have kept 9 as my favorite, but
Did you finish David Tennant?
Yes.
Did you see that ending though?
No, I skipped that episode. Yes, I saw the ending.
I wanted you to tell me when you were gonna watch that, so that we could have watched it together, and I could have cried with you on Skype.
I'm sorry, I didn't cry at all.
I cried so much. I wept like a little baby. I wept every time. I cry every time I watch that.
Well, I understand why. It actually was sad. It just the tears didn't actually flow. That's all.
It was just like he was just like, I don't want to go, and he was real. He was like, it's like it wasn't even the 10th Doctor. It was like David Tennant telling you. He's just like, I can't. I don't want to. You didn't want to.
No, that scene was like. Really...
I don't want to go back, mommy.
That scene was really well done. But it's just, Doctor Who can't make me cry. It's not as good as Kirby.
What a comparison.
Is
it also the fact that maybe you saw that episode when you were like 6 years old?
It's always the first thing I think of when it comes to that. Is the episode where the robot dog dies? You know what's horrible about Doctor Who? It's like you're always going to be spoiled about when he dies, because every Christmas episode, and also they're kind of like revealing the next Doctor publicly, so it's just like, oh, well, no matter how much we want to wish he'll live, it's not gonna happen. Also, okay, so, last thing on Doctor Who. The regenerations thing, there's a big thing going around, because Time Lords are supposedly supposed to have only 13 regenerations, and Peter Capaldi will be the 13th one, right? Oh.
And so now, either A, they're going to end the show with him, or B, they're going to pull something out of their ass. Well, here's the thing. The Time Lord regeneration limit is actually artificial. According to the old series, Time Lords could actually regenerate more. People from the Council, the High Council of the Time Lords, actually had so many regenerations. They had there was some that on the council that were at their 20th regeneration, etc. And so the speculation is that they just kind of don't, the council doesn't let Time Lords regenerate past a point, or you have to be part of the council or government in order to keep on regenerating, I guess. And in the old series, the Doctor was actually elected president of the Time Lords.
Oh.
So he part of the council, but then he ran away. And
of course.
He self-exiled himself to Earth. That's a little tidbit of information for you guys on the regeneration limit.
I find it fascinating.
So they might have ended on unlucky 13.
Well, they might not.
You don't know, unlucky numbers are lucky for some people.
It's true. It's true.
Turning into Cusco right now.
Dude, you threw off my groove.
Technic Mega Fire.
Oh, I'm also dying, by the way.
Are you going to regenerate?
Yes.
Don't worry. I have someone taking my place as the new Mega Fire.
Don't worry, the new Mega Fire will actually be Dorko.
I don't want this responsibility.
But he already exists.
Yeah.
Is that the sad theme?
It may have been.
It was. Chat, I'm dying.
Da, 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 da.
What a faggot, how could you do this? I'm not really dead.
Don't worry, I'll come back. Do 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 do.
What a jerk. Do you see, audience, what I have to deal with every day?
The music
Always
does not
bullied.
agree.
Don't worry, I sure will alternate universe make a fire better. Little off key.
Yeah, I'm trying very hard.
I tried so hard and got so...
See what we have to deal with. My God.
I'm sorry, being Mega Fire is suffering.
Being next to Mega Fire is suffering.
Wow, Dorko's hurtful.
Realm of negative activity.
Wow, guys, ooh, that was hurtful. Ooh, I think I feel the hurt.
You ask a quick question of whether or not we're wrapping this up. We'll talk a little bit about the other thing.
Dude, whatever you want, man.
It's been an hour and 14 minutes since we started the call, but
I don't know how to take that information.
take it as it's a bottle of ketchup. That's all I have to say to you.
Well, guys, I guess... I don't want to... Goodbye.
We're gonna wrap this up. Over and out.
North Flame.
What?
I'm not very keen on that idea anymore. I mean, it was funny at first, Starflame replaces Mega Fire, but
No.
I never thought that was a good idea.
well, of course you didn't.
That was a nice theme you played live. Live Mandu theme .mp3.
Be sure to catch him at the Mandu Bar AD. Now serving orange stew.
Or do you?
I've had enough of this.